Okay, here we are, and we're going to go over 5 types of 7th chords. You've learned from theory that we have 5 types of 7th chords. We have chords that are built on major triads, chords that are built on minor triads, and chords that are built on diminished triads. Well, we're going to learn a pattern where you can go through all the types of 7th chords really quickly and easily. And that pattern looks something like this. We start with the major 7th. Then we drop the 7th and play a dominant 7th. We drop the 3rd, play a minor 7th. We drop the 5th, play a half diminished 7th. We drop the 7th again and play a fully diminished 7th. And that is the pattern. Well, let's go through it slowly so you can see the pattern again. So you will recall that the first kind of 7th that I just played is called the major 7th. Or if we're being absolutely precise, we call it the major 7th. And that's because it starts with a major triad. Now you'll notice that I'm fingering with fingers 1, 2, 3. And that's because as we play these 7th chords on the piano, we're going to be using fingers 1, 2, 3, 5. But that's not all, because we're also going to be playing the left hand at the same time. And we're going to be playing the left hand 5, 3, 2, 1. That's right, Mom. No finger 4. In fact, we could gnaw it off. And just play this with fingers 1, 2, 3, 5, and 5, 3, 2, 1, and still be able to complete this quiz. We don't even need that finger 4. All right? So we start with 1, 2, 3 on a major triad, and then we need to complete the major 7th, a major triad, and a major 7th from the root. Now, how do we figure out what that major 7th is? Well, it's quite easy. We look at our root and we decide how far away is a half step from our root. B. But instead of playing it there, we play it up there. Here's our major triad, and just a half step away from our root would be B. Invert it, that's a major 7th, and we have our major 7th, or for simplicity's sake, our major 7th. So we have our starting position, the C major 7th. Now the next 7th chord we're going to play is the dominant 7th. And to do that, we simply play the same root 3rd and 5th, and then we drop the 7th a half step. The note we just played, we drop it a half step. And now we have a major triad and a minor 7th. And that gives us the C dominant 7th. Notice to do that, I kind of had to move my hands into the piano some. I needed to bring my short fingers, which were on the fat part of the white key, into the piano so they could get to a black key. All right? And so by moving the 7th down a half step, I made the dominant 7th. Now, I'm going to use this dominant 7th as my starting position, manipulate one note, and create the minor 7th. The one note I'm going to manipulate is the 3rd. I'm going to move the 3rd down a half step, and now I have the minor 7th. I have a minor triad and a minor 7th, making the minor 7th chord. Then I'm going to use this as my starting position, and I'm going to change one note and create the half diminished 7th. The one note I'm going to change is the 5th. I'm going to drop the 5th a half step, creating the half diminished 7th. Now I have a diminished triad and a minor 7th, creating the half diminished 7th. Now I'm going to take this as my starting point, and I'm going to drop one note and create a fully diminished 7th. The one note I'm going to drop is the 7th of the chord. I'll drop it a second time. And now we have the fully diminished 7th. I have a diminished triad and a diminished 7th. And now what I have is the fully diminished 7th. So the whole pattern starts with a major 7th, drop the 7th to make dominant 7th, drop the 3rd to make minor 7th, drop the 5th to make half diminished 7th, and then drop the 7th again to make fully diminished 7th. And that is the pattern you will use. Now in the quiz, you have to do 4 of them in 2 minutes. Shouldn't be all that difficult, but you have to be able to start on any major 7th. So come back and we will go over 6 of the starting spots. And then in another video, we'll go over 6 more of the starting spots. And then you'll know all 12. How about that? See you soon.